Don't blink. Yes, you blink. Welcome to the show. Guys, doing well. Having a wonderful day on this 24 January 2025. It is early morning and it is 4:15. So we're still in the evening of 23. But if you want to call it at 24, you can. Today we're doing day 3 of our 500 celebration. Once again, we bought too many edibles, which is not a good problem to have. So I'm not gonna do them all in one night and go crazy. I'm gonna go in quite nicely. The problem we have is we have these left. We have 3 left. We know from previous experience that 3 is not enough. I cannot mix it with other stuff because I don't know what they are. Right. So what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna go with a little bit of wine, a little bit of Nicolas Leloup. You might have heard of him. You might have heard of the prestige of the house. They were doing buttermilk, breading with buttermilk ranch. I'm going to go ahead and just put it in because this ranch sauce is delicious. And these chicken tenders are a bit bland. So, yeah. I'm going to go all the way in. And I think it looks a bit weirder. Like somebody had a little bit of too much fun with the chicken. Alright, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, that's also good. That's also okay. So without further ado, we have a lot to talk about today. I don't really have a limit of time, right? But I still want to keep it under 2 hours, if that makes any sense at all, and it should. So the first we have is the gummies. Let's do the 3 of them. We know that 3 is enough. Watching MasterChef Season 10 for free on YouTube. It tastes like shit. I'm gonna go with the powder. And gave it to my father for seeds. Give me some more brother, more sister. I'm not gonna feel it, right? So we go break the chain. Cool. When? Cool. It's a really good day because it was so chaotic. So chaotic that today I was having a better day. Mentally speaking, it's so nice, you know? It's so nice. And this bottle and this cup, is I feel like I've always have to show the product because I would love to see the product if I was seeing the video. So a little bit of wine. We'll see if it works. If we see if it doesn't work. Worst case we try something. Worst case it works. All I wanted when I created this was to have a little different state of mind. And it's funny because yesterday we had a different set of mind. We had a completely different set of mind because we were so chaotic, right? And yesterday I'm talking about today because we haven't gone to sleep yet. So maybe we have a lot of subject. In a sense, is bliss. Myself versus I. Selflessness. I think it was a very emotional week because I feel like it always been too weak. Yeah, because I think it was TikTok closing. Yeah. So I've been in a bad mood. It's not going on emotionally, mentally. So we're trying to do over, right? Hopefully this video will fix us. I do like talking in front of the camera. It does really help. We're watching MasterChef Season 10. Not my favorite season, but for free. There's this Omi Nick. So I don't know which one you want to try with. You want to try innocence, you want to try billions, myself and I, or selflessness, right? I think like selflessness, since it's the largest of the subject, should come last. I hope. I'm a bit nervous right now because again, I mix two things. Usually you don't mix. But I when I say there's an aim to this video, if that aim is to it is to face another set of mind. It is. And today was chaotic. Today was good. And when you look at the video, you can already tell the difference, right? We liking their hair? I tried something new. It's crazy. How much videos I made my whole entire life. With state of mind, thinking about it. Why was I thinking about this? Why was I thinking about this? Why was this on my mind? Why did I talk like that? Why did I say that? I don't know. So having something akin is nice because like okay. Try something new. I don't know if it works. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And see, making content, you take risk, right? You put yourself out there. I did a video this week when I was crying, you know? Didn't mean to cry, but it happened. And like, holy shit, you know? It's out there. And the crazy thing is, it's in live. So you do your video, you know? And then you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna post it, right? So, and I feel like this has to do with, in a sense, is brilliance, but I'm gonna go with another subject, and that other subject is gonna be my. So you heard of me, myself, and I, right? We're gonna go instead with me versus myself versus I, and I think that's gonna be super important because I think we do so much self-sabotaging. Then lately, I've noticed, and I mentioned this in a video previously this week. So we're gonna recap it. We're gonna talk about it very quickly. I've noticed that in this quest to balance, because again, the this is a lot of food, dude. Holy, whew. I apologize. See, it's nuts. Watching MasterChef season 10, amazing, super super good, and it's nice because in this quest of balance, I realized how much I was self-sabotaging myself. So, for example, I wasn't allowing myself to feel an emotion because I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to self-balance. It's enough of that emotion today. And even good moments, like we met a girl, right? I met a girl and almost perfect, right? And yes, we had a fight, which you saw last that we did this video. But ultimately speaking, she's an amazing girl, and you're trying to find. I think me, and I think her too. We're trying to find places where there's problems because she's been hurt before. I've been hurt before. So you're like, okay, this is going way too well without it being kind of like a kerfuffle, right? So the me myself versus high. How do I constantly self sabotage, right? So for example, when I make videos, right, I'm gonna get some good results, or then I'll take a couple of days, right? Or even when I don't get results, then I push and I push and I push and I push, and I force it down the throat of people, right? Also, the me myself versus I. How do I treat myself? I felt like last year we had this burnout, and I keep mentioning a lot of it, but it's important in my opinion. It's important to me. I feel like I've pushed myself over the above. Nobody told me to make that many videos. Nobody told me, hey, you need to constantly do this, right? People told me, dude, people told me, the close people in my life told me, no, you're doing way too much. Stop, dude, stop. And I was like, bro, if I don't work hard enough, it's not gonna work, right? It's not gonna happen. And I have to make it happen, right? And that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of life. It is kind of life. It is kind of the the perfect opportunity, the perfect example that happened tonight. I was streaming some Dark Soul, which is an amazing game, and somebody came in, right? And that person has the habit of leaving a very specific message. Now, ultimately speaking, I stream every single day, but I also do clips every single day. So, for example, if I did a stream on the Thursday, right? And this is actually the perfect example. If I do a stream on a Thursday, right, and this person comes in and writes a message, and I do it, and I do the clip on Sunday, that I remember, okay, well, he said that, and then I stream the next day, and he's there, and he said the same thing. I'm gonna know that it's a copy and paste, right? So this person possibly goes from stream of people that he cares about, or he likes, or he knows has his back, and he's going to one stream, the same thing, copy and paste, another stream, copy and paste, which is you're the best at the game, right? And it's tough because I've been very belated with the posting of clips because we're so busy, right? We're so busy filming. So I've been posting clips that are almost 2-3 months old, and I'm seeing the same message. I'm like, holy shit, you've been texting that for 2-3 months, right? Now ultimately, I cannot have a problem with that guy because social media is very hard. Social media is extremely hard to succeed. It's extremely hard to do something that is worthwhile. A lot of people, they want to do that. The market is oversaturated. It's very hard. So the people, what they're gonna do is gonna have a group of friends. That group of friends gonna promote everybody. So hey, you watch my videos, I'm gonna watch your videos. You comment my videos, I'm gonna comment your videos. You like my videos, you're gonna comment, you're gonna like my videos, right? And I think this is the easiest way to actually go to uh, fuck, actually go forward. But then you realize that, okay, well, the reason that you're popular isn't because you're good, it's because you're supportive, which is also super important. But it's not the most popular or the most talented, right? And I'm not saying I'm the most talented, but it's the one that's the most social or popular. And I find it sad because, dude, this will only take you so long. So for example, right, if I put in front of you right, the painting. I want to talk about the Fallen Angel, a painting that was made in 1847, which is beautiful, where you see an angel crying, and it's the first depiction in history to see an angel crying and angry, right? And it was very erratic. It was very. It's not often that you see that, even nowadays, right? So this painting was hailed as a piece of the dark history, as a piece of like not necessarily a rebellion, but you see books like Mein Kampf, you see movies like Fight Club, you see movies that are now not available in school, right? And you're like, okay, well, there's a resistance there, right? And you see this person, and I give you this painting, right? And I give you this painting, and I'm saying, hey, I know you never painted before, but you have to paint another thing. So by doing this, you're not helping your friend. You're actually not helping your friends, right? Because you're not telling them like, hey, what you're doing, you need to do better. And if you do better, then you're gonna have good results. Now, the good thing about this is, I personally think about hard work. So I'm gonna be supportive when I can, but it's more so I'm gonna watch your videos on YouTube or on TikTok versus I'm gonna go into your lives, right? I get a person that sends me live every single day, and only because I went to their live once, and I'm like, bruh. And I don't care, but I'm not available, you know. And at the same time, it's okay because you're understanding of the fact that this person is possibly alone, right? So this person that I send me the live, they're always alone, right? And even then, they mentioned this in a note on TikTok. They were saying, why do people ask to support if they don't support themselves. And I'm like, bro, it shouldn't be a give and give. If you have a relationship of give and give, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I was dealing with also so when I talk about this selflessness right after, but I was also dealing with this feeling of guilt. The video we made this week when I was crying, I had a feeling of guilt because I felt like I was surrounded with amazing people, and because I was surrounded with these amazing people, I felt bad because I didn't feel like an amazing person. I felt like I was surrounded with kindness, but was I kind myself? I don't know. I don't think so. And again, the simple idea that I possibly wasn't as kind or as nice as I should be is sad, because you don't want to be the guy that is not supportive. You don't want to be the asshole that doesn't support. But also at the same time, you don't want to be the guy. And the guy that came tonight, I know he's a good person, right? I'm not saying that he's not, but I know that he's doing this because he wants me to support him and return. Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't care. Possibly we had infestation of rat in the apartment this week, and I caught one. So, but there's no food here. That's why I'm not worried. There's food here. So I have to listen to the sound here. But then again, we have this headphone for MasterChef. So yeah, not the smartest thing to do, but fuck it. See, so the me, myself, and I is it that way. I believe that I should be the only reason why I'm popular, my talent, right? Now, ultimately, I because I was kind, and this is something that I'm dealing with, which is again a very good thing, but a very bad thing at the same time. I try my best to be kind with people, and I try to be my best to be supportive with people, and sometimes there's people that are supportive to me, and I'm asking myself. So, for example, I got a really close friend, and she'll like every single videos, right? But the video will last 7 minutes, and after a minute, she likes it. So I know that she didn't watch it. So I'm thankful that she did like the video, but at the same time, I'm like, are you liking it because we're friends, or did you like it because did you like the video? Now, if you're my friend, you don't have to watch my video. That's not what I'm saying. But again, the fact that I'm being supported for being nice versus talented is kind of, I don't know. So I self sabotage, and I try to be, I don't know. It's it's self sabotaging in the sense that I don't want myself to be known as I want myself to be known as a good guy, but I don't want to see myself as, oh, he's only popular because he is a good guy. Now, being popular ultimately doesn't matter, but again, we're talking about a oversaturated market, which is content creation, right? Me, myself, and I is always going against yourself. Having, for example, right? For example, my girl, um, she she's dealt with a lot of she's dealt with a lot of self-image issue, right? I think we all dealt with that. I think we all been through it. And because she dealt with self-issue, she was talking to me about her coworker. She was showing me her coworker, which is important to her. She likes her job, right? I love my hair today. I don't know why. She was showing me this guy, and she was telling me, hey, I could have fucked him. And I'm like, I'm weird. I'm weird. I'm not the extremely jealous type, but there's a line to cross, and I feel like it's part of respect, right? And me, myself, and I'm like, dude, it's odd. So myself and I'm like, okay, well, don't talk about this to me, right? I mean, I'm confident, but she talked about it, and I didn't even give her the chance to explain herself, and saying that I could have. I don't say I want to, and I will now. It's a weird thing to say to the person you're seeing, but it's harmless, right? And actually, that's something that was harmful to my emotion, right? To my state of mind. There's a bunch of others. I might have to check out something. I want to check out if I have a sunrise today. We do, which is great, which is really good. Or the fact that I possibly had worked so hard to avoid. So there's a really weird thing with the last year, and I think the last year is, again, so we're gonna take the same painting analogy. I think it's the perfect painting of this analogy. I think the painting is a perfect analogy. So, for example, there's a lot of time that I work, and there's time where I don't work, and every single time there's a girl involved. I'm seeing someone new, right? And I constantly self sabotage. Maybe I'm working so hard because I don't want to open up to people, you know. I was watching a movie with my mom, which is Christmas Carol, right? And it's a guy that is, you know, Christmas Carol, but it's a guy that goes to work, and he's always needing of money, and he always wants more money. But the version I saw, because there's multiple version of the guy, was a guy that was wounded, that spent a lot of his life wounded, right? So he turned to constant work as a form of self defense. If I'm working and working and working, I don't have time for people, and I don't have time for people, it doesn't work. You know, we're watching MasterChef, and it sucks because then you think people, and people are like, dude, don't you want to be friends? And it's not that I don't want to be friends. It's just I'm so focused on working because it's complicated, you know. And you go against me, myself, and I. And even at the work, I was thinking about why I was so jaded, right? And we were talking about we were talking about how some people were bullying me, some people were trying to help, but some people were trying to help, and the way to help was to make joke, because this is the way, you know. And it's weird because I treated the same people that treated the same way. Talking about my girl, about the reason why I have a lot of tattoos. So I'll make a really short version of it. I was depressed. I thought that people were looking at me, because I thought that people were looking at me, said you're gonna be looking at something else than my own self. I got tattoos, but even then I was self-sabotage, because those tattoos were something that were kind of intimidating, right? And people would look at me and say, "Oh, dude, you have a lot of tattoos, right? Are you good? You." Some people at work actually asked me if I was a criminal, right? And but the most reason as to why I got self sabotage, and just to show you the self sabotage, we left some space. If I have another depression, I have place for more tattoos, right? And even the tattoos, when you think about it, when I was 22 and I was in depression, I got a shit ton of tattoos. How many tattoos did I get after that? One, two, maybe two, maybe two. That's pretty much it. All the rest, all were part of depression, right? So me, myself, and I did the self sabotages, but the self sabotages doesn't come without the sense of the this. It's technically speaking, right? Today we have innocence and we have selflessness, right? And we have the head versus heart. The head versus heart is that so innocence, head versus heart is gonna be the same thing. But then we're gonna have selflessness, and it all stem from myself and I. It all stem from self sabotages. So, and this again. It's not meant to be a negative video. It's just an observation of how you act. I'm happy. I'm happy. My mom this week asked me. Sorry about the noise. I'm trying to get the perfect position to film. My mom asked me, "Are you depressed?" And my answer was like, "No. Why you ask me that?" And the answer was, "Well, we don't hear from you much, because my parents, they have one kid, and if you have parents that only have one kid, you understand that there's a really weird thing that's going on." And this really weird thing that's going on is that they'll constantly ask about you because they only have one kid, so they have this motherly and fatherly instinct, but focus on one person versus focus on a whole family, or a whole nuclear family. Nuclear family is four kids, so you're gonna be looking at sitcoms, because you see the sitcom, and it's often enough. If you look at The Simpson, Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa. If you look at if you look at Family Guys, you got Steve. If you look at Family Guy, you got Peter, you got Lois, you got Meg, and you got Chris, right? Now, technically speaking, you also have Stevie, but Stevie. A lot of time, we're gonna see him just as a girl, right? So it's kind of like an oxymoron. You're gonna be looking at a Family Guy's Good Morning USA. You're gonna have I haven't watched that show enough. But if you look at a kid, it's Ailey and Steve, right? It's a girl and a son. And that's a nuclear family, right? So that's what you're supposed to have. You're not supposed to have it. You're supposed to see, right? And I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it. Not too much, but it's good. It's weird. I'm very spacey, and I said it before, but last week the spacey felt Like I was very aloof, very floaty, very light. Now it feels like I'm very floaty in a sense of if I'm focusing on right here, right now, good. If I look here or I look here, then I lose a complete sense of a compass. So kind of not necessarily insane, but kind of cool. Um, so yeah, so coming back to the subject at hand, we have innocence. Now you see, we take notes and we never take notes. I took notes because there was a lot of things to talk about, but I also took notes because I wanted to be a bit more scheduled. My girl told me, "You have to be more scheduled." And I said, "Okay, I'll try," right? Because she knows what she's talking about, right? Funnily enough, I was talking about people who watch content versus people who create content. She watches content, right? So she has an idea of what popular streamer do. She's like, that's trying to help out, so I'll listen to her. I think we're gonna go with innocence. Innocence is bliss versus smart. Um, every single thing that I talked about tonight, every single insecurity that I mentioned tonight, because I'm smart and I'm not calling myself smart. If you ask me a lot of things, I'll. But at the same time, it's such a convoluted thing. So, for example, you think that you're smart, right? So, I was talking to my girl, and she's smart too, and I keep mentioning my girl because I miss her because she's sleeping, dude. What am I supposed to do? Um, and it's weird because it is a very, very odd uh, bond that we have. It's okay. Um, I think when you're with the right person or with someone that means a lot to you, you have to make sacrifices and you have to make, yeah. Um, and it's not. So I would go with innocence. No, I would go with smart. With her, she was smart, and I was saying something. And often people that she mentioned insecurities. She mentioned insecurities and saying, "I'm too smart for my own good." And I'm like, "What you mean?" I'm like, that most people end up crazy. And I'm like, yeah, but most people who are too smart and become crazy do not call themselves crazy. Other people call you crazy. People can call me a 6 foot 6'5" Jamaican priest. I'm 5'4" Canadian nobody, right? Sadly, that's not the case. That doesn't matter. But somebody calling you crazy doesn't make you crazy, right? And it's funny because it does lead to insanity. A lot of the pain I've inflicted myself was because I was smart. A lot of those videos, out of the videos that I made, more than half of those are reflection. More than half of those are train of thoughts. Or like, for example, right now, I could make the same videos. I could make a video that's super chill, with barely talking, just eating and doing some edibles. But that's not the person I am. I need to talk, I need to release that. See, so the reason why I talk so much and the reason why I yap a lot is because when you have ADHD, the thoughts keep on coming into your mind, and my thoughts are, because I like to be cultured, are important to me because I feel like, oh, yo, this is smart to say. So it's a constant sync, right? And you put cup and cup and cup and cup, or versus a normal person that says, "Hey, this cup is full. I should probably stop." It's like, no, no, no. There's a lot of water to take. Take the water. Take the water. Take the water. Right. So the innocence versus smart is also the case that a lot of the thing that you feel, a lot of the emotion that you feel, you have an understanding. So you have this emotional intelligence, right? A lot of people are gonna be sad. Are gonna be sad. I'm gonna say to ask them, "Why are you sad?" And then the answer will be, "I don't know," right? But with a smart person that has a very high vocal verbal vomit, as Kid Book would say, um, you'll ask me, "Why are you sad?" Oh, I know exactly why I'm sad. Sit down, I'll tell you. You know, and I feel like this is part of it. I think this is, without being the biggest part of it, I think it's part of it. It thinks I think that it thinks that I'm in my own head a lot, right? Because I'm in my own head, it's like watching. We were talking about shows before, so you're watching TV, right? And how many of us, okay? We saw a horror movie. We saw a horror movie, and we say, "Run, run, motherfucker!" Or you go with sport. You go with sport, and you say, "Why didn't you catch the ball? Run the other way. Pass the ball." But you're not in the court, right? So it's the experience that you get, and that smartness will not. I like to think about people that are book smart but not street smart, right? Even the girl, You know, the girl I'm with right now, when we start talking, she's like, "You're smart. What is your diploma?" And I was like, "Fuck diploma. I don't have a diploma. I have a high school diploma. That's about it. That's what I needed, right?" But we see. But you see, the diploma is a symptom of smartness, but it's not a symbol of smartness. It's a symbol of 5 years in school for university, right? 3 years for college, 6 years for high school, 11 years for high school because you count middle school, right? So for three diploma, for three pieces of paper, you spent 25 years of your life, right? Right, give and take. And yes, it makes you smart, but the best thing about this is you take a person and you put them 25 years in school, they'll be very smart, right? And you take a person, you put them 25 years in the streets, and they'll be very smart. That level of intelligence is going to be different, but that also that level of understanding is going to be very intelligent. So the person that has a lot more book smart will be able to analyze situation, will be able to problem solve emotion, will be able to take a situation and say, okay, well, this is X, this is B, this is Z, right? This is how I do it, right? Versus the person that's street smart that says, okay, well, I dealt with this situation before, this is how we solved it, right? So the and it's the intelligence, and I'm not generalizing. This is how I think. A person that has a lot of experience will push and say, you know what? We have a lot more experience. And because we have a lot more experience, I'm able to say, you know what, this happened. I'm gonna fix it. Versus the student, and he's gonna say, you know what, I think that's gonna be okay. But in both cases, right? In both cases, they're smart people, right? So the person that has an experience will repeat the same solution. The solution didn't work. The person that has smart with book smart will apply three options, but because they don't have the experience, somebody will listen to them, and ultimately it will fail, right? Or there's a third person. This person has no idea what the fuck's going on. They have no idea what the hell, what is all the situation, and they're just not dumb, but they're just clueless. And this person never tell themselves, "Oh, I should have done better." The person with street smart that could have fixed the situation will tell himself, "I should have, I fucked up." The guy with this street smart, with this the book smart, will say, I fucked up." The guy who doesn't know what's going on will say, "Okay, well, that's a shitty situation, right?" What I absolutely love, is movies where you see people running around. So right now there's this Godzilla collab with Fortnite, right? So you're talking about Godzilla, right? And you talk about Godzilla, and you have the classic movies where there's a ton of people fucking running around and we're gonna die. That's not the thing to do. That's not a thing to do. But then this is a very, very, very good. Okay, now I'm really feeling it. Now I'm feeling, whoa. Is it the nicest thing? Because you take this exact scene, there's a monster, right? It's coming towards you. The less cultivated people will run away because that's the good thing to do. The smart people will stay put and try to find a solution. There's nothing to do, bro. Fucking run. This is innocence. Innocence is bliss. Or, for example, somebody acts towards you in a certain fashion, right? And you understand that they're acting towards you in a certain fashion. Today, we mentioned this guy that was saying the same message, right? And if you're not smart enough, you understand. I have this friend, okay? And he's going to get mad at me, but I love him. Words a lot. If you're watching this, dude, I love you. Don't get mad at me. I love you, dude. I fucking love you, dude, and I fucking love you. Get mad at me. So what he does is, there's a lot of hate in his comments, right? So what he does is he take you, so you think that you're better than me, right? And he copy and paste it, and he copy and paste it, and copy and paste it because he's egging on people. But ultimately, it gives him a lot of comments, and because it gives him a lot of comments, there's a lot of algorithm works for him, right? But at the same time, it is just copy and paste. It's not the hardest thing to do. It's not the most. I would say I would say something very clever to do, right? I would say it's something very clever to do, and it's a great thing because he's getting like 100 comments per videos. He's at a stage right now on TikTok where he doesn't have enough manpower himself to answer every single comments. See, I'm moving and I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. Like, holy shit, dude! I feel my hair tickle my forehead. That's how bad it is. Yes, that smartness, and you understand that what people does to hurt you, right? So I had this this almost crisis last week. once again, I was making that video and I was crying, right? And again, I was noticing that people were nice to me, and I wasn't nice back. But those people didn't know that I wasn't nice back. Like, yo, you're freaking out, you're paranoid. Don't worry, chill. But because I was overthinking, right? And in a sense, with innocence, see, with complicated because I feel like innocence is more, it's better, right? I do feel, and a lot of, I tell you, so I'll tell you something. So you remember when you were a kid, right? And you said, oh, I wish I was an adult. Now remember that you're fucking old and you're 32 years old since 2 days ago, since the 22. Happy birthday, Inky. Happy birthday, Inky. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Thank you. And you think about it, and you think about it, and you think about it, right? And a lot of these smart people that you ask, you're gonna, hey, if you had a chance to trade your knowledge for innocence, would you do it? Most people would say yes. Just like a lot of people, when they're adults, will say, hey, I miss when I was a kid. I miss when I could eat whatever the fuck I want. I miss when I was able to run. I miss not having to sleep a fucking 8 hours a day and still feel like shit when I wake up. I miss that. I do miss it. And I'm really, ooh, dude, it's a nice high. It's a nice high. It's a nice high. I think it's better than the one without the wine. I don't know why. I have no clue why. So you choose it, and you're like, holy shit, dude, holy shit. And it's nice because you feel like, see, as a, and I hate myself for saying this, but I have to say it. I have to be honest. I promise you guys honesty, so let's be honest. I think when you're smart, there's a role of leadership that's going on. I think when you're smart, there's an expectation of, you're smart, you're gonna solve the situation. It's like a boss. It's like a boss, and you ask your boss question, and you say, yo, you've been working here for 10 years, you don't fucking know, right? And there's a sense of, you need to do something. You need to do something because you're in charge. So see, I think knowledge is knowledge, or knowledge. I don't know. I think knowledge is a sense of power. I think there's physical strength, there's leadership, there's knowledge, but all are often in charge. So, for example, right, if you're gonna go into a math project and you have a guy in your team that has good grade in math, you're gonna follow the guy that has good grade in math, right? But in the innocence, it's bliss. The innocence is, this person hurt my feelings, right? I didn't even notice. I didn't even fucking notice. Does it matter? Does it matter that I didn't notice? Or, see, it goes back to this another question that I was asking. This question is a little side note, but another big one. I have to check out. Okay, so 46 minutes. Nice. 40 minutes. Okay, so 50. Okay, remember 50. Master Chef, amazing. So yeah, so what is happiness, right? What is happiness? It's a good question, right? Well, happiness is actually quite simple, right? It's tough. I'm really high right now. Holy shit. What is happiness? Happiness. It doesn't really matter what happiness is, right? There's no calcul. I speak French. I'm speaking French, dude. There's no quantification of, there's no quantification or ramification to happiness. So if you're happy, you're happy. If you're not sad, if you're not happy, you're sad, right? But there's between. I don't feel nothing. I don't feel sad. I don't feel happy. I'm okay, right? You prefer being okay, happy, but you're okay. So that's pretty good, right? So happiness, you have to ask yourself, what is happiness? So technically, is it the life you want to be, or the life that you think that you should have? So if people around you, if your brother, I don't have a brother, but let's say I have a brother for this instance, and he's as good looking as me, which is Kiss, that's his incest. Okay, lost half the viewer, but if you made it through 29 minutes of me rambling, I don't think incest is gonna be the thing that takes you out, right? I don't think so. I don't know why. That brother tells you, dude, if you want to be happy, right, you need a car, you need kids, you need a nice home, dude. But then you actually look at the guy who has all of this, and he's in debt, and he's in debt, and he's in debt, and he's crawling upon debt. And he has everything that he needs to be happy. I used to judge people at school. There was this guy at school. Dominic. Dominic was a really good dude. Really, really good dude. Dominic was poor as shit. Sorry, there's a high ink talking. I'll blame the wine, I'll blame the edible, I'll make a public apologies tomorrow, I don't give a fuck. Dominic was poor as shit. He was a really good dude, but he was poor as shit. Right? And that's coming from a guy that was also poor, but not as poor as shit. I want you guys to think about Kenny from South Park, right? If you look at the Cartman, he's poor too. If you look at Kyle, he's poor too. Look at Stan, he's poor too. But Kenny is broke as shit. And he would live, him, his sister, and his two parents, they would live in a tree and a half. So he was sharing a room with his sister. And people are saying, yo, your parents don't work? How come you don't have a nice apartment? And this guy actually said, at 17 years old, said, holy shit, you see, it's when I'm looking here, there's no problem. When I'm exchanging here, it is impossible. You see, this is the first time we have a warning, so we have to do it. Okay, so the warning stipulated that we should be increasing our characters, right? So what I'm gonna do here, right, I'm gonna take a little break out of this. Dominic actually said, my parents are taking me out every time that we have vacation. So in March we have 1 week vacation. They're taking me out, right? They're taking me out for a trip. My apologies. And I might be broke when it comes to material, but when it comes to the rest, I'm pretty rich. Oops. Close the phone. Shit. And we're back. Sorry, we have clumsy fingers. I hope you forgive me. We're back with some more Tokyo Ghoul baby. We're doing good. We're still in control. A bit high, but in control, and we're about to move. Now, the good thing is the chain something told me, yo, you're weaker. What you want to do? And I was like, nah, I'm gonna train my guy, right? And then we did train the guy. So now we're gonna have to train him and Inami, because we have to, because they're weaker. See, the weird thing. You want to talk about my high right now? You want to talk about the state of mind right now? The high right now? The high. I'm very in control, but it does feel like I'm slower. It feels like I'm slower, and because it feels like I'm slower when I'm not, then it feels weird, right? And I know this is all in my head, but I cannot help it. So it's a weird thing, but it's still going on. I got freaking promotion, baby. I got freaking potential, baby. So we'll see how it goes. This little light of mine, now I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, and I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, and I'm gonna let it shine. There's hope for today. We're done. So yeah, so Dom was actually saying, my parents take me out on vacation, right? He was rich here. It was rich here. It wasn't rich money wise, right? And maybe that's what matters, right? And we all thought it was fucking dumb. Maybe he was right, right? It was right, maybe. And what was I talking about? Talk about dumb. Talk about Dominique. Talk about. Oh, fuck. You know what the craziest thing? I'm looking for a paper. You saw me looking. I was looking for a paper with notes, with the notes in front of me. Ink, you're good. Okay, so it's innocence, me, myself versus I, head versus heart. What was the other one? Dumb, the knowledge, dumb. I don't fucking know. I don't know. You wanted something different. You got something different. Oh. And now we're watching the really good episode of MasterChef because there's drama. We love drama. See, the what is happiness? What is happiness, right? And for Dom, happiness was going to something, traveling and tourism, right? That's happiness. And I don't think we understand what true happiness is. Right? I don't think if somebody had the perfect result for happiness, it is. And the craziest thing is, I had this other friend right at work, and oh my god, I'm gonna give you two bad cases. Oh my god, I shouldn't say the story. So this is a guy I used to go to class with when I was doing baking school. The guy was called Victor. It was me and Tommy. Me and Tommy was really close. Tommy's a good dude. Tommy is a really good dude. We were really close, and we go to Victor's house because Victor is receiving us to teach us Spanish because hermano es de habla español. And we're going to Cancun, so obligatorio que se faça una escuela de español. Sí, 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 señor Victor. And Victor has a son, and his son, I don't remember the name, I'm sorry, little boy, little guy, little kid. And his son has a freaking, I wish I was joking, I swear to God, on his fucking fridge, there's a drawing. I'm gonna give you guys a drawing. Fuck it, I'm gonna give you guys a drawing. Yeah, that's a good idea. See, I look fucking crazy, but that's okay. I look fucking crazy, but this is okay, because this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, right? So, you'll have to forgive me for the non-perfection of my paper. But if you can do better, please, I beg of you. Give me the power, I beg of you. Chucky, child plate, 1, 2, 3. I don't remember the prayer. So, the drawing was like this. Yeah, okay, cool. I wish I was joking. There's still a couple seconds before we turn back. Don't do it, Steph. Don't do it. His kid drew that. A sad person. And Tommy, because me, I'm too shy, right? Tommy says, dude, did you see what your son drew Drew Barrymore. Is that already son? No? The light of this thing, okay. Drew Barrymore. And the guy said, yeah, don't worry, he's been drawing this for a couple of months. He's not that good at drawing. Fuck me good at drawing, bro. The guy is sad. But the guy was happy. The father was happy, and although I think it takes a special kind of asshole to see your son sad and be happy nonetheless. He was happy, right? And there's another case where I've had this friend, right? His name was Julian, and Julian was a new father. Right? Again, I don't remember the name of the kid. It's a fucking baby. We're in school, in the same school, and Julian was working the weekend. Julian had school the week. Julian had a new baby, right? And a new baby, most of the time, you won't do your nights. So Julian was going constantly back and forth, and he was sleeping. And Julian had this habit of going to sleep every single break, and every single it's really weird. Look what I'm looking. Yeah, so we did. So you see that we did the cleaning, but you see here, see this little light here, this little light. Right? It feels like this is the light here, but it's not sunny, so I don't know why it's going on. Right? And this is why, this is the state of mind, this is the high. And Julian had this baby, and there was a day where there was no school because it was snow, it was a snowstorm. Yeah, adult school, which is bakery. I don't have school when it's snowing too hard. And the good thing with Julian is that the next day he came in with smiling. And he was himself, and he was fucking bright and shining. An amazing human being. And people were like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so happy? Why are you so good? And he said, I slept. And we realized that no matter how hard he had to work, no matter his life situation, he was happy. Oh, I'm dumb. It's reflecting on this. Dude. See? High, but clever. Yeah, it's reflecting on this. Dude. They ain't smart. High, but smart. You know? And it's odd because even if we go... So we saw Julian as happy. And even if you go for smart, if you go for... somebody that's smart, but he's taking drugs, you're like, oh, dude, you're going to become dumb. Doesn't mean shit. One of the most brilliant minds is Elon Musk, and you see him smoking weed. Now, of course, Elon Musk did a little sign here. We're not gonna do the whole sign, thank God. But yeah, not proud of my boy. Not proud of you, Musk. Not proud of you, Elon, bad boy. But he's one of the smartest guy alive, you know. And he smokes weed, right? They try to find the perfect distance between. Yeah, when I yawn, I hit myself to wake up. So the yawn is gonna tell your brain that you're tired, right? And your slapping is gonna be canceling that. You're gonna be proving that your brain, or it's gonna tell your brain, or yeah, it's gonna tell your brain that you're in pain more than you're tired, right? Because your brain thinks that you're in pain more than you're tired, you don't seem that tired, right? Now the good thing is, it's all placebo. Because your brain thinks that you're in pain, your brain focuses on the pain versus focusing on the fatigue, right? But is that true? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Placebo, baby, placebo. Tricking your own mind to do some own things. Now the good news with this is we're fucked. We're completely fucked. We're 27,000 away from fucking up. I'm tired now. I'm tired now. Tired. I cannot check my brain. See, with happiness, maybe knowing what is happiness is not important. Maybe what makes us happy, maybe the definition of happiness is not important. Maybe the only important thing that there ever is and ever was is the fact that I feel happy today. Right? I often say I can control I can control my action and my reaction. I can't control your action or your reaction, right? So I can control today. Today's my bitch. Today is my bitch. Yesterday was my bitch. Tomorrow is my bitch. I'm tomorrow's bitch. I'm the bitch. Because tomorrow is something I can't control, right? So this is possibly a happiness. And I think it's important. And now to finish this video because I'm gonna go fucking sleep. I'm tired as fuck, dude. I was good. I woke up at like 8. I'm tired. I have some food. Oh, maybe some more energy. I'm gonna take a little break.